everybody, and welcome to the Thank You for Playing podcast. My name is Lambo, this is Toro, and that's BLJ. We're here to give you some gaming news and everything fun. How you fellas doing today?
I'm doing spectacular. What about you, BLJ?
Love to hear it.
I'm feeling great. I don't know if you guys can see.
Looks like it.
But your boy upgraded, you know. Me and Amber put our finances together to get us a nice new mic. Feeling good, feeling great.
Hell yeah. And what's Amber got to say about this new mic?
Continuous improvement.
Quite a bit to say. Oh my goodness. She is off the chain.
Yeah. What'd you say, Toro?
I was just going to say continuous improvement. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us, pulling up a virtual chair, experiencing the ride. I don't want to say we had a bumpy start, but if you go all the way back to episode 1, I started off, thank you for playing podcasts. And here we are. I really didn't know what to say, but I look back on that and I listened to it and it's funny. It's fun.
Hey guys, how are you?
Yeah.
Did you guys see the announcement for Street Fighter 6?
Yeah. And all that stuff. So it's pretty cool to come back more experienced every episode and have a good time. So
it's always a great time. That's for
spectacular.
Sure.
I'm thugging it out, staying hydrated. Y'all should too. And we about to kick this bad boy off. Good to be here. Black Friday coming up.
Yep.
I'm gonna sound like a shameless plug, but y'all go. I'm not telling you to empty your wallets, but go on out there and buy you some games that you enjoy. Don't be guilty like me and see all these deals that are really cheap and then have a back catalog that's probably like 70 games, long. Don't do that, but
probably a bit
find
longer.
you a game that you really, find you a series that you really enjoy and buy the next iteration of it, or a game that you've never tried before. I recently purchased, it was because of the sale. My cousin is legendary at racing games. Shout out to Theo. There's a racing game I bought. It's called Dirt 5, and that mug is pretty badass. I'm playing that, trying to learn that. Another game,
ain't it? Or no, that's
this one is
that's a car racer, isn't it?
Yeah,
what am I thinking
it's
of?
not carts. It's different cars, but they're riding on dirt tracks. It's a variety of dirt tracks, and the scenery is pretty good. I'll definitely get us some gameplay here while I'm sitting here talking about it. We can, flash it in a little bit. You have to pardon my horrible. No, pardon my horrible driving. I'm not good at the game, but I did pick that up. Another one I picked up, and I ain't going to talk about it too long because I haven't got into it yet, but it's have y'all heard of the Dark Pictures Anthology Collection? They released
you've told me about it before.
Yeah.
Was it House of Ash was the one you played?
House of Ashes, yes. I really enjoyed that game. Yeah, they released the 4th one, the 4th story. It's called The Devil in Me, and this group of people go to this hotel and they're trying to escape this deranged serial killer, I believe. And that one is good too. So there are quite a few deals out there. Make sure y'all, browse and pick you up something. Black Friday, Thanksgiving holiday, kick back and enjoy some video games. But I'm gonna leave it to y'all. What y'all been up to?
I haven't looked at the Black Friday deals outside of just seeing one when I was scrolling Reddit earlier.
Okay.
And they had PS5 controllers marked down to 50 from, I think they're usually 70, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Where was this at? I need one
GameStop?
more. Okay.
Yeah, GameStop had it marked down to 50, and I think it was all controllers because the one they specifically showed in the advertisement was the purple one. So either it's all of them or it's just the purple one, but the purple one looks good anyway.
I was just going to say, I don't think it's just the purple one.
What's up, BLJ?
I said I would take a purple controller.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it looks good.
Purple is a royal color, of course. Mm-hmm. And they have the purple shell casing to match.
I mean,
I don't know if those
are on really
sale.
Tell, but that light's purple. I know it looks blue because of the camera, but it's supposed to be purple. I think we're all purple fans around here.
Right on. Right
I
on.
can dig it.
Yeah. I also say, BLJ, me and Lambo is running our mouth. What you been up to, man? I see you over there jamming. What's going on with you besides the new upgrade for the microphone? What's going on?
What's mainly going on with your boy is a little bit of artwork, but for the main part, it's been God of War. Having
Okay.
an amazing time with the game still. I been playing through it, got on the super hard difficulty, so it's been taking me a long time because some of these bosses or scenarios, I might die like 10 or 12 times until I beat a level, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Huh?
And then on top of that, when I get done fighting, I'm searching for all this stuff. So I really get lost into the game. So I want to say most of my time has been spent playing God of War, man. And it's been a great time. It's been a very good time.
On the hardest difficulty, you say?
Yeah.
Flex on their ass then, because I'm not going to start that mug hardest difficulty, because I'm not doing it. Not going to raise my blood pressure up, have me yelling at the TV. I'm here to relax and have fun. You know what I'm saying?
So it's let me little side note.
Here we go. Side note.
I ain't even did the question of the week yet, but like I just want to praise God of War just a little bit, right? So
praise Santa Monica Studios. Praise.
A while ago, right?
Yeah.
I said I put the games on the hardest difficulty to get my money's worth out of the game. You know what I mean?
Yep. You said it started off easy or something. I remember. You said that it felt like you was too good. So what's going on?
No, it wasn't because I feel like I'm too good.
Are these words going to come back and bite you?
That's what it seemed like.
The dude online told me he did that, and after he told me that, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna start doing that." So now I'm like,
no. We're talking about God of War, because wasn't it 2 weeks ago you said God of War on the hardest difficulty seemed easy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! It's easier on a harder level than the 2018 hardest level. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's still a tough game.
Okay.
But what I was saying was, I feel like it's so good, right? That even if I put it on the easiest level and was playing through it, I feel like I will still get my money's worth, even if I'm just blowing up enemies. Like the way the game is put together, I just feel like it's not a cheaply made game, And I guess I don't want to call games like cheaply made, but like if I'm using
some of them are, it's all right. Some of them are,
some are.
If I'm using an example, like you remember, not even that long ago, but the Assassin's Creed games, they used to come out like once every year. And when those games came out, they'd be super buggy. The cutscenes, you'll see like, you don't see the character skeletons, but you might see like their eyes and no face doing a cutscene like that. Or just all kind of glitches everywhere. You know what I mean? And in God of War, it is completely opposite. Don't get me wrong. I've seen like a little glitch here and there, but for the most part, like that's not really a thing. And
it's been a fun ride.
It's like very small. It's like, oh, look, it's a rock that's 2 inches above the ground. Ooh, like it's not even nothing bad. You know what I mean? So I just feel like the game is put together very well, and a lot of love and a lot of hard work is put into it, man. So and it shows, man. Like it's definitely the opposite of like Cyberpunk 2077 or like them old Assassin's Creed games. Like it's just put together really well, man.
Yeah. So I feel that they take notes from other games' failures and like, whoa, we definitely not doing that. So they get basically people fall out trying to get the fruit, and they're on the ground and they're climbing on top of them to grab the fruit. That's the way I see that type of success. I want to take it back to the news side of things because, like I say, we really, every episode we really don't just shine a searchlight on the news. An article recently popped up and said, what is it? Koei Tecmo, Team Ninja, they're in the process of resurrecting / rebooting Dead or Alive series. I can't remember on a previous episode if I've ranted about how let down I was with Dead or Alive 6, but it was a hot mess. It was dead on arrival. I tried to put on the stock goggles.
Wow.
Yeah. See what I did there? I try to put on my nostalgia goggles and play through the pain, but microtransactions, it caused a huge elephant to be in the room. The online scene died very quickly. The costumes that they did allow you to unlock for free, they were kind of lackluster. All the cool costumes were in packs that cost like $90. I'm not kidding. And most importantly,
hold on. Say that again. How much?
The season, and I think they're still like that. Black Friday, there's a deal on them right now, but they're still expensive. They're probably selling them for like $60 now. But the season passes for Dead or Alive 6, they contain all these costumes. They're selling them for like $90 a pop.
Was $90, doubling $80 the roster?
Like no, it's just costumes. There are no new characters.
I do remember seeing that, but like, how many costumes in this pack though?
I can't remember. It's quite a few, but what am I trying to say?
I don't know.
It's not. That's more than a new game, a new experience. But I'm gonna tell y'all this, and there's not just one costume pack. Yeah, that's not just one costume pack. They have multiple packs that they're selling for that amount of money, which is ridiculous. What am I trying to say? We were just talking about this episode 21 about retro and modern gaming, and I remember. Flashback, I pulled up my Tales of the Abyss manual and I pointed to it. You could unlock the costumes in the game. Well, Dead or Alive, the series, you used to could unlock all the costumes in their games, and now they're like, you want this? You got to pay for it. It's getting kind of ridiculous, It's getting tiring. All right, I'll drop this $90. Oh, they released another season pack 2 months later. I'll drop another $90. No way. I want to see the numbers. I wish somebody that's watching this podcast could get the numbers on sales of those season passes. I refuse to believe that people were shelling out $90 repeatedly. I think that's
I guarantee you somebody was.
Somebody was, but it's not the target
not
that they
enough
want.
People. That's for sure.
I believe that.
That's insane, dude.
The most important thing was missing. I don't think I mentioned this. I got sidetracked with the costumes, but Dead or Alive is known for its 2v2 tag battle, something else that BLJ mentioned, previous episode. Dead or Alive 6, they thought it was a fantastic idea to remove tag mode altogether, what the series is known for. And that was a huge no-no. People did not like that. And it caused the game to get abandoned really, really quickly, which is a shame because I've been playing Dead or Alive since Dead or Alive 2. And I'm a big fan of the series. Shout out to Hayate when he lost his memory.
That Teletubby costume.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Zach in his costume. But shout out to Hayate when he had lost his memory and he was walking around his Ein. I love Hitomi, Tina, and Kokoro. I've made plenty of people salty playing with Kokoro, but I ain't going to walk down the nostalgia Dead or Alive. But Dead or Alive and Ninja Gaiden are supposed to get reboots, and people are excited. So I'm not too big into Ninja Gaiden, but I'm hoping with Dead or Alive because I didn't hear too many complaints with Ninja Gaiden besides the fact that it was difficult. But I hope that
DOA. It's hard as balls.
I don't know if they're gonna. Oh yeah, I heard. I don't know if it's gonna be DOA 7, but since it's a reboot, they might restart at DOA number 1. But I really hope they do the game justice. And it brings the fan base back, and they give the fans what they want. So,
what if they do
that it's supposedly getting a reboot?
What if they do a Soul Calibur style reboot, where it's like Soul Calibur 6 was kind of like a soft reboot?
That's a good theory. That might be exactly what they do, because I don't see them. It's too many fan favorite characters, and I don't see them. Snapping or going back in time and removing those characters. They have a fairly large, lovable, popular roster. So I don't see them, throwing them to the back of the queue. So Lambo, that's a good, observation.
While you were talking, it made me think of what if they put Zach Fair in. I don't know Zach from DOA's last name, but what if they put Zach Fair in his alien costume Like, what would you think about that?
Oh man, I would laugh. I would like that's new. I don't think
What?
Zach. They've ever told us Zach's last name in Dead or Alive. A lot of those characters
I
just
don't
go
know.
by their first name.
I think it's Zach Rodman.
He does look like Dennis Rodman in the newer games. I caught that.
I think I've seen somewhere that he's based off of Dennis Rodman, like his character.
Yeah.
So maybe.
I want to do a special shout out to me and Lambo's mutual friend, Robert. Shout out to you. We covering this Dead or Alive news.
What up, boy?
I know you just as excited as we are, Dead or Alive. We're going to go back to your house, me and Lambo, kick our feet up, and we're going to throw back down the legendary matches between, who is that? Tina. Yeah, Tina and Bayman must continue. So I'm looking forward to, fierce battles with you in Dead or Alive. Hope, this podcast finds you well, and we'll catch up with you soon. But shout out to you, Robert. All right. Y'all got anything y'all want to talk about? I got like one more reveal. I'm taking a bit on the news, but I don't want to hog the spotlight. So,
the only thing that's been in the news lately that I've been excited about is that new trailer that they dropped for Crisis Core Reunion. It's
I have not seen it.
I think they're calling it the More Than a Remaster trailer, where they're showing everything that they have done to change it. And then showing it side by side, and it's kind of funny to go back and look at the old game and be like, "Damn, it looked that bad."
PSP.
Man, I don't remember it looking that bad. But yeah, it was
got
rough.
Too much love for the game. I got you.
And then talking about how they upgraded the combat so it's faster and more fluid. It's not as stunted and janky as it was in the original. They showed off the new summon cutscenes. I think the full game is now voice acted, whereas in the original it was just the cutscenes and some of the important dialogue, but everybody else was text only. So it's pretty solid trailer showing off everything they're doing, and it's nice that putting in all this work, they're still not charging full price for the game.
Gotcha. That's legit. I want to jump back and say that recently the new Pokemon games came out. Was it Scarlet and Violet? I think I got the names right.
That's correct.
I'm a rep anime and Weeb Nation once more in celebration of that game releasing. I've been doing it quite a few episodes. I'm a rep Misty, that legendary trainer. She got a samurai blade, with a mask on. You know what I'm saying? I want to
underwater mask.
From what I've been hearing, from what I've been hearing, a lot of people are enjoying the game, but Twitter is a dumpster fire right now. People are upset. Some people are upset. Quite a great deal of people are upset. Graphical problems. What is it? Glitches, stuttering, pop-ins. A lot of people are saying that, this is not a Nintendo quality game, and people are pretty upset. So hopefully they, I don't want them to rush out a patch, but hopefully they get a patch out soon and win over their fan base, because it is not fun when you're anticipating an open world Pokemon game. Pokemon is extremely popular. Young Ash in the anime, he just won the what is it? What is that
world
league
champion
again? I forgot.
He's world champion.
He's
now.
World champion. Yeah.
Forgive me for not remembering the tournament. He won the Alola Championship, and then this generation they did the Tournament of Champions or something like that. Champion of Champions, I forget, but he won that one, and so now he's officially the world champion because he's beat all the other champs.
The most powerful trainer in the world. That's cool. So, he's done that, and then you release a game and it's not up to spec. That is not a good look, for that company. And hopefully they do right by their fan base and get that game back on track. Forgive me for not knowing what tournament that was. I definitely don't think
they're just going to let it sit there.
Yeah. I'm an OG trainer. The original 150, I was one of the Elite Four. People don't know that.
Is the greatest.
I had to hang up my...
everything after Gen 1.
Gen 1. That's it. I had to turn in my Pokemon license and go to other endeavors. But
This is why you'll never be the world champion.
Yeah. Shout out to all the people that are playing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Hopefully y'all are still having a good time enjoying the game.
So that's 2 different games, right?
They're 2 different games, but they're pretty much the same game, but they have
not
different,
as similar as they usually are, though.
Oh, okay. Well, they have different specimens of Pokemon on each game. Some Pokemon only show up in other version of the game, and you get with people and trade, or you play both versions of the game and you trade with yourself, and then you can battle online and all that stuff.
If you buy one version over the other?
No, if you find out if it's a certain Pokemon that you want, and it's only on that version of the game, you would. But I was going to say, Lambo.
I got Pokemon Red back in the day because it had Scyther.
Yeah. I was just going to say, Lambo can relate to this, but back in my day, we had a link cable, and you get your Game Boy and put the cable in each Game Boy and stand right in front of each other and have battles and hope your battery and your Duracell batteries don't run out. Yeah, so that was a fun time.
And you had to, if you were playing at night, you had to have a little flashlight attachment to stick into the side.
Yeah, once again, this shows how OG we are. What a time to be alive. So that's cool. And one quick banger, right quick. I ain't gonna last on it long. I'm feeling very newsy today. Sin Kaki's son, Guilty Gear, he got revealed. So to all those people who were wishing that he's in Strive, your wishes came true. I think he touches down November 24th. So a lot of people are excited. If they release Dizzy later, then Kai, it's definitely not far.
It's like, what, 2-3 days?
Kai,
something like that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so what is it? Kai, Dizzy, and Sin, they're all a family. Dizzy is Sin's
actually,
mom. So if they release her, they'll all be there.
Yeah, by the time you're watching this, Sin is already out.
Yeah, and Black Friday deals will be popping off. So we hope you browsing, getting your Black Friday deals on while you listening to us. You know what I'm saying?
If I remember correctly, in the other Guilty Gears, don't he have a move where he eats chicken while he's fighting?
He actually did it in the trailer. He still does it. His title.
Okay. I watched the trailer briefly. I didn't see him do it, but when he does that, does it give him like a power up or like life back? What does it do?
I have no idea. I don't remember. I didn't really gravitate towards him as a character. I played him a little bit, so I don't really remember his mechanics all that well.
Probably an install super.
Yeah.
Chicken mode activate.
But BLJ, I was going to say, man, I'm going to toss the spotlight to you. I kind of took over your question of the week. So by all means, if you got one thought up, I'm going to try not to fizzle out like I did last week.
Oh, hell. I think question of the week coming in 24 minutes into the episode.
Oh, yeah.
You know what that means? It's about to be a 2-hour episode.
No, I don't think so.
So, like you were talking about earlier, Black Friday, I want to know if you guys ever participated in that. And if you did, any memorable moments from Black Friday shopping or, anything like that?
Man, check this out. This is a great question because I can tell you, I'm
super excited.
I'm super excited to say that I've never participated in Black Friday, like going out and shopping. Never. I've always had a bad feeling about it, man. I see these crazy stories about people getting trampled over a damn Tickle Me Elmo doll or pulling out a screwdriver and, fighting in the parking lot over Xbox 360. No, thank you. So, no, I've never participated in Black Friday. And thanks for that question because now I'm done with it. But go ahead, Lambo. Tell us your experience.
I have two or three times I have. And probably the biggest purchase I made was like a 45-inch TV, smart TV or something, back when smart TVs were like first coming out and were a big thing. And I picked one up, a Samsung smart TV for like $200 or some shit like that.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Is that it?
But other than that, nothing really too spectacular.
Cool.
Yeah. Well,
especially when it comes to game stuff. Like with gaming related stuff, I usually buy that when it drops if I want it.
Yeah.
Well,
what about you, the artist supreme?
So
he went to Michael's for Black Friday.
Like, no, I'm kind of like well, I used to be like Torian. I would see stuff on the news, people getting trampled and fights and stuff, and I'm like, why would I go out in this? Like, I'm such a peaceful dude. I like to just chill and be happy. Like, why would I want to go out somewhere and I want to get a TV and somebody, that's the last one we got to fight for? Like, But I will say the first time, because I guess I kind of participate in it now a little bit, but the first time I did something with it, it was probably 10 years ago, actually. A young lady, who I was talking to at the time, she was like, "Hey,
y'all notice BLJ is always mentioning a young lady, man. Hey, man, it's player, man.
My bad. Look, it's a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? You got to worry about it now. It's just me and you. So, anyways, so this young lady, she was like, "Hey, my family always do the what do you call it, Black Friday stuff. Would you like to go with us?" And at the time, I told her, I was like, "Oh, I don't go, but I'll check it out." Little did I know that these people like really go all out. I'm talking about they got like.
You mean the girl you was with, her family? You talking about the people you were with? Okay.
It was me, her, and her mom. But they have the stores mapped out. They're like, all right, at 8 o'clock, we're going to go here. 9 o'clock, we got to go here. We can wait a little bit. By 11 o'clock, we got to go there, And I was like, wow, like I didn't know people like really get down like this,
they had a plan.
So, yeah. And then they'll go in there and get all their stuff and, whatever. So it was getting late. And I remember it was like midnight or 1 o'clock or something. And I was like, man, this is kind of boring. Like for them, it's fun. Because, they're getting all these things that they want. They got all these different, newspapers and the stuff circled, and they getting everything they want to get,
Not the newspaper circled in red marker.
That's how you know it's serious.
They're going to the store.
Yeah.
They're going to the store, and then she'll be like, I'm going to go over here and get this. You go over here and get that. And then we're going to meet here and get in line. And then you wait this long line, right? So, anyway.
Meet me at checkout 12.
After like 3 or 4 stores, because I was going in there with them. I was just walking around, just watching,
Yeah.
I got tired, man. So they went to like 3 more stores, and it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and it got to the point where I was like, all right, y'all just go. And I just chilled in the car. I was just going to sleep. I was like, wake me up, y'all here.
I'm tired.
Yeah, so that was my first time doing that. And then I want to say over the years, I would wait till like 1 or 2 in the morning because, I'll be up or whatever, and I'll go to whatever store has a Black Friday sale going on, and I'll just walk around after people have went through all the stuff and just kind of look and see if there's anything left that I would want. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So some notable purchases that I made over those years. 1 year I got some phone chargers. No, you know what? Those juice packs, those portable chargers?
Yeah.
They had a good deal on one of those. So I got like 2 of those. And they was in a big old box and they were just full. And I was like, oh, these are these nice quality ones. So I got like 2 of them for like $30 or something like that. And then 1 year
nice too.
I got I went to a like hat club and I got me a Georgia Bulldogs hat. And then I want to say 1 year I went to Best Buy, and Best Buy electronics store, all the stuff be going out of there. But I went in there late, like midnight one night, just to look. And at the time, this is when I think Sleeping Dogs had been out for maybe a year or 2. And
great game, by the way.
Yeah, and I saw it on sale for like $20. So at the time, I got it, and I played it, and like you said, great game. Mm-hmm. But that was it, though. I think that's it. And then, like over the years, I don't really, I kind of forget about it. And if I see something online, I might look into it. But I don't know. I'm not really big into it like that now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Right on.
And they do all these like Black Week sales now to where you don't really need to go on Friday anymore. And and then I saw one today that was
right.
I saw one today calling it Black Wednesday sale.
Cyber Mondays.
Yeah. So
yeah,
it's not really all it's cracked up to be. There are some good deals, and it is good to look just to see if there is something that you're planning to buy anyway. You might as well save some money on it, but it's just not as. I think that's kind of cut back on a lot of the danger that y'all were talking about. You know, not as many people on Black Friday because it's spread out during the week.
Yeah, man, that stuff was serious.
It used to be bad. Like people would die or get beat up, broken arms, legs.
Yeah.
Yep. Go spend Thanksgiving with their family, talk about how grateful they are, and then go die over some dumb shit.
Yeah. Definitely some stupid shit.
Real life Mortal Kombat X-rays were being performed.
Yikes.
Those are my Jordans. Bitch, those are my heels.
Yeah, that's how it be.
But no, you did bring up one that I do remember. I just don't remember the exact story about the Tickle Me Elmo. Like, they had parents legit brawling over that shit, didn't they?
Yeah. That Elmo is mine. You won't make it out of here alive. A fight to the death. What did he do? That little laugh he used to do over there. That's crazy, though.
I wonder if that incident with the Tickle Me Elmo had any bearing on the movie Jingle All the Way. Like, if there was any inspiration for that.
No idea.
Good movie, though. Good Christmas movie. Watch it on Thanksgiving.
All right, Bill J, I'm shining the light in your face again, man. You were telling us that you had a main topic for us as well. Like, what are we talking about today?
Well, so recently there was this panel going on with the developers of, I think it was Street Fighter? Yeah, it was Street Fighter. And some people were asking them all kind of questions, and then they brought up the question. The question: would you guys ever do a crossover with Mortal Kombat? So,
man, don't get me hyped. What you about to tell me?
That's quite the idea in my mind. Like, let's have it. Well, actually, it was Lambo idea. Let's have.
What did they say before you go with the idea? What did they say? We getting a crossover?
They said it probably wouldn't. There's something that they want to do, but it wouldn't work because you can't kill Ryu. You can't kill me. You know what I mean?
Didn't they also follow it up by saying that Tekken Cross Street Fighter needs to come out first?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So basically, I wanted to speak about if those two games.
I made that up, by the way.
Give some ideas on how that could work. But before that, we're going to have a crossover conversation. So any games and possible crossovers, dream crossovers y'all ever thought of, like, what do you guys have for?
Got you. So since we pushing Mortal Kombat,
you want to take the reins, Toro?
Yeah, ideas and mechanics, as we pushing that to the back, I'll hold out on that. But I'm going to sound super fanboy. And many previous episodes, I've mentioned a lot of my favorite series of games. And you asking me to fuse, in this hand and fuse two gaming worlds together and make a game? Oh, man, this is too easy. And it's going to be a certified 10. And any haters that give it a bad review, it's not going to be good. So just kick back and say it's one of the greatest games you ever played.
Shut up and deal with it.
Yeah, deal with it. I am big. I wouldn't want to say huge. Soul Calibur fan. I love Soul Calibur. And what am I trying to say? I'm getting stumbled up with my words. There is no other qualifying candidate to go head to head with Soul Calibur and a weapons-based fighter than Dynasty Warriors. So, I'm about to mention the mighty Lobu, my boy, the mighty Lobu. He's going to lead the charge
Low Booty
along
himself.
with Jia Yu. Their moveset in Dynasty Warriors games are spectacular. They do all these kicks and all these swordplay moves. And guess what they do in Soul Calibur? All these fantastic moves, kicks, sword attacks, spear attacks, where they have axes, all that stuff are weapons fighters, and they all complement each other in the game. Here's another common factor in both of those games. They're both based on warriors from history. Like Soul Calibur says, what is it? Welcome back to the stage of history. Dynasty Warriors is based on the novel Romance of the Three Kingdoms. So they're all ancient warriors. And some of the dream cross-ups I have here, you have to excuse me. Got my notes here, but
he's got notes.
I love the
Hey, question before you go. Before you go. So you said Dynasty Warriors and Soul Calibur. If that's your like one of your dream cross-ups, would you like it to play more like Dynasty Warriors or play more like a fighting game like Soul Calibur?
That is a great question. I'm glad you brought that up so I can clarify. Oh, yeah. So, fun fact, Lord Master going to put on his hood right quick. Dynasty Warriors, the first one, was a fighting game. They didn't change it into a hack and slash until the second variation of it. So, I would want Dynasty Warriors to go back to its original roots. And I wanted to go back to its original roots and turn back into a fighter. And what's so funny about that is if you look up the original Dynasty Warriors 1, it looks like a Soul Calibur game. Like, I believe they can guard impact and all that, if I'm not mistaken. So I would have the Dynasty Warriors be transported to Soul Calibur's world, and they're trying to go back home. And some of the most legendary battles, of course, I'm always mentioning the mighty Lu Bu and how much of a badass he is. But there's this other badass in the Soul Calibur world. He's the Azure Knight. His name is Nightmare. He's just malice. It's actually, what is it? The sword is actually the fighter. There's a body of armor that's being controlled by the sword. It used to have a host, Siegfried, but I call him Surgifield. But Siegfried broke free of the sword's control, and now the sword just commands that body of armor, and it can talk and everything through the armor. And I can't think of any other badass to fight Nightmare and probably defeat Nightmare than the mighty Lu Bu. That would be an epic battle. The rival scene would be cool. I'd probably be fanboying all over the damn place. Holy shit. I probably would really do that. I usually don't do that. Another one, I have a long list of them, but I'm not going to go over all of them. But another cool one, let's see here. We have Xiao Yun. Xiao Yun is pretty much as I talk about the mighty Lu Bu, Xiao Yun is the poster boy of Dynasty Warriors. He has been for quite some time. And I got him matched up with none other than, that's it. I got him matched up with none other than the poster boy of Soul Calibur himself, Heishiro Mitsurugi. And it'll be spear versus a samurai sword. And Xiao Yun is a nice, calm too. Yeah, he's very calm. He's nice. He's a justice bringer, whereas Mitsurugi is rough around the edges. He'll tell you flat out that he'll kill you, and that would be an interesting matchup. As for who would win, I have no idea. Much as I love Xiao Yun, I love Mitsurugi, so I'll be rooting for Mitsurugi to not kill him, but defeat him in battle. And one more, actually two more. Bear with me. The legendary warrior Zhang Fei. He was part of the three brothers. I'm gonna educate y'all on the romance of the Three Kingdoms.
You've thought about this for sure.
Oh yeah, I got my notes. Zhang Fei,
write it down, boy.
One of the
when that game's gonna get announced in about 3 months.
I hope so. I hope they're listening. He's one of the three brothers that made an oath in the Peach Garden. Him, Liu Bei, and Guan Yu. And Zhang Fei, he's a proud warrior. He likes to drink. He used the snakehead pike. Him and Astroth going up against each other would be electrifying. Like, it'd be a legendary battle. And
I was wondering who it would be.
Oh, yeah. My final matchup.
I knew you were going to have one.
There's actually a general in the Romance of the Three Kingdoms. No bullshit. He goes by the name the God of War. And he has a legendary, beautiful, long beard. And he's Guan Yu. Guan Yu is a warrior of fierce renown. And I feel like that him and Siegfried, Siegfried is trying to redeem himself from his past for being Nightmare. I feel like that would be a great fight to watch and play out, Guan Yu versus Siegfried. So that's my crossover, that's my crossover, and I'm going to throw it to y'all. I don't want to sit here and talk y'all head off all day. I got plenty of other comparisons on this paper, but I'm going to do the right thing, and I'll talk about it in another part. But that's what you got.
Who are you matching up against your girl, Hilda?
Oh, it's funny you mentioned that, my good friend.
Oh, it's one you had.
It's one I had. So, Zhang Fei has a daughter. Remember, I told you Zhang Fei, he's the proud warrior. He likes to drink. He has a daughter that's the opposite of him. She's very noble. She's very level-headed, and she's very sweet. Her name is Jing Sai. So, I love you guys that's listening. So, y'all probably didn't notice, but Lambo is going to run my pockets because all these warriors that I've mentioned, they're going to pop up on a screen down here. You probably already noticed, but I'm naming all these warriors because I want you to see what they look like. But Jing Sai, she's the level-headed daughter of Zhang Fei, and she actually reminds you of Hilda. And it would be an interesting conversation. Jing Sai, she used like a fork prong-like weapon and a shield. And, Hilda, which I still think is one of the most best designed female characters, beauty-wise, Hilda has her knight's armor and her short sword and her spear. And I feel like those two would be a great wonderful matchup to watch. So if there's somebody with some pull, oh yeah, that's exactly right. If there's somebody out there with some pull that can pull on Bandai Namco's shirt and when we Tecmo and be like, hey guys, y'all need to shake hands and make this happen, that game would sell. Dynasty Warriors X Soul Calibur or Soul Calibur X Dynasty Warriors. Come on. I know we can do this. That is my
EW versus SC.
Yo, that would be so badass. So hopefully we can make that happen. But that's my dream crossover. I'm going to leave it to y'all.
Dynasty Calibur. Soul Warriors.
Dynasty Calibur. Oh, yeah. I'm glad y'all see my excitement. I'm sitting here grinning like the game already exists. But if that game pushed down, I would flip out. Man, I
feel like you'd have a heart attack.
Oh, man. Well, don't say that. I want that to happen. But
no, it's happening now.
Serotonin levels are rising, but yeah, we got it. What y'all got? I'm interested to hear y'all crossovers.
We'll let you take it off, BLJ, since this was your idea.
Okay, well, so before I get into my main crossovers, I will say one of my dream crossovers actually happened years ago. The game didn't last that long, but that's Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Yep.
Man, I'm telling you, to this day, if I watch a Street Fighter Cross Tekken trailer, like watching Kazuya and Nina fight Ryu and Ken, like that is so sick to me. Like to this day, I can watch it and still get goosebumps watching it, man. Like,
man, if we jump in the time machine, I ain't trying to cut you off. If we jump in the time machine, you had the same level of energy when you described it the last time. That you said, you watch it and it gets you hyped. It's good that it's a trailer out there that you can watch from time to time and it still give you the same effect of when you first watched it. So, I fucks with that. What's up?
Like I said, that's because we've all known that Street Fighter is my main game, and Tekken I always say is like a close second. So to have them both on the same game, like for me, I was mind blown. We're not going to talk about it. It's not lasting long or whatever, but just the thought that they got together, amazing, right? And then sure. I was always a big fan, even though I don't really play SNK, like KOF games. Capcom versus SNK was a very popular one too that I really enjoyed. A lot of characters from both of those franchises together, like Terry versus Ryu and Ken versus what's his name, Kyosuke, the guy from rival schools. What's the one guy from Samurai Showdown? The main guy, what's his name?
Haomaru
versus Chun-Li. Like those are some pretty sick matchups, man. Like that was a good time. It's still, even when I watch that, I still get pretty hyped just watching gameplay of that. But let me get into my main my main crossover ideas here. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, I just spoke about Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Oh, so if it were up to me, right, I would love to see like a party game with all the main characters from all the platforms, like Sonic, Crash Bandicoot, Mario. Actually, Mario and Sonic are in one game, but Crash, Bandicoot. What's some other ones? What's some other big ones?
You got Spyro, Ratchet and Clank.
Spyro.
Man,
I would love to see
Jack and Daxter.
Guys in one. Yeah, I would love to see all those guys in one
Master
game,
Chief,
like a party game. Like, yeah.
What type of party game?
I'm thinking like big. Like I don't want it to just be like Smash Brothers where they're all fighting, or Crash Team Racing where they're all racing. But kind of like if you guys played Crash Bash back in the day, like that kind of party game. But just
actual party game, like Mario Party.
Yeah, like a Mario Party type game.
We got like racing and all that stuff in there too. You know what I mean? Even fighting as well. Like I would love to see a huge game where you can race, party games, and fight and do all that. You know what I mean? I think that would be so sick. I feel like Crash Bandicoot is a dope character, but I don't think he's ever been in a game like that. And they had, you remember they had PlayStation All Stars, which was kind of like that. It had Kratos, it had Nathan Drake from the Uncharted series. It had Sweet Tooth from the Twisted Metal series.
And they've been sweet for a long time. Boy, you jogged my memory. Sweet Tooth. Again, my cousin, I'm going to give him another shout out. My cousin that loves racing games, he used to play Twisted Metal, and he put me on to this cool, I think it was Twisted Metal 3. And there was this guy, he was riding around in a lowrider, and his name was Thumper, or the name of his ride was Thumper. And I always thought Thumper was a cool ass dude.
His name.
Like, okay, I'm gonna pull a BLJ, man. You riding around in a lowrider and your name is Thumper. Man, that's hard. Like I had to pull a BLJ. But yeah, Thumper was cool as fuck. Yeah, I like Thumper.
Yeah, but that game, it had all the people in there, but it didn't have Crash Bandicoot. And I don't know how you make a game like that and not have Crash Bandicoot in there. You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of like having Smash Bros. And not having Mario in there. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's he should be in there, but
I don't know.
Worse than that, it's like having Mario Party without Mario.
Yeah, pretty much. The head guys like
Crash
Wario.
Bash. Crash is in the name, and you don't have him in there.
Yep.
Instead of Mario Party, they just you want to play Party. And then Mario not on that mug.
Just play Party.
Everybody else, you want to play Party? That was a good one too.
So I would like to see that, and then my last one. So earlier I spoke about I just put God of War in high praises, right? So I would like to see, right? Because because Kratos is the God of War. So if you played all the past games and
spoilers
now, like
he said spoilers so long. Come on, man. You he said Kratos is the God of War, right? Spoilers. Oh man. Somebody being obnoxious.
So in all the past games, he kills gods, and now he's fighting like gods in Norse mythology, you know. So that's his thing. So
call him God Killer,
right? So, I would love to see, because in Dragon Ball they have the gods of destruction. Like, how cool would it be if Kratos was like in the Dragon Ball universe, but fighting those gods? I think that would be
as
so
cool
sick.
as I think you are sticking your hand in the oven, because man, they power level, and I'm not talking about the gods of destruction, but the Dragon Ball fan base is so rabid. How could you even think to put Kratos against the god of destruction? He could blink his eye and kill him. So that's a great idea. I'm not knocking your idea. It would be cool, but you better watch how you rile up them Dragon Ball fans before they start yelling Kamehameha in front of your house or something.
But see, the thing is, though, like I thought about that too. I was like, there's no way Kratos can fight Goku and think it's going to be an equal fight. Like Goku will just obliterate this guy. But if you are familiar with the God of War series, he always finds a way and finds the equipment that he needs to prepare for these fights. So whether he's killing smaller people to get to those objects that he needs, or he's doing all these puzzles like you like so much to get these secret weapons and stuff.
Well, he made me nauseous saying I like the puzzles.
But he does all these things to prepare for the battles within the game. So I feel like if that
like getting the Dragon Balls.
I mean, I feel like if that were to happen, like he would find a way to make it a close fight, even though he's really not supposed to be there strength wise, And
then, just imagine a scene. Kratos talking to Shenron, grant me the power to kill my enemies, and my life is yours.
Yeah, something like that.
and one last thing about the God of War game, actually. So, spoiler alert, it's not a huge spoiler alert. I'm not giving away like nothing too crazy.
Told you.
But in the game, there's a lot of times where you're doing the free roam thing, and you're going between different realms. You search into side quests and stuff like that. A lot of times, Kratos has conversations with his son Atreus or his friend Mimir, the head that he carried from the first game. Mm-hmm. And there's a conversation that Mimir has with Kratos, and he basically asks, like, "Hey, Kratos, I heard once ago that you were in a tournament where there were undead and there were this and there were that." And he's basically referring to when he was in PlayStation All-Stars and when Kratos was in Mortal Kombat.
That's cool.
He was in Soul Calibur too. He was in a mobile, not a mobile version, like a handheld version, whatever. I forget which one it was.
I don't remember him being in Soul Calibur, was he?
Yeah, he was in the PS Vita or PlayStation Portable Soul Calibur game.
No wonder. Gotcha. Cool.
But
I think it's actually the one you mentioned the other day when we were trying to think about the name of one of the other Soul Calibur titles.
Okay. Yeah.
But Mimir asked him like that. Basically, he was like, "I heard you was in a tournament with the undead and sword-wielding swordsmen and even a famous musician." And he's talking about Parappa the Rapper from PlayStation All-Stars, if y'all remember that game,
Yeah.
But
Parappa's legendary.
That's pretty good.
He asked that in the game.
Oh, and the undead is what's his name from Medieval?
Fortesque. Sir Daniel Fortesque.
Fortescue.
Fortescue. That's how they pronounce his name. I said Fortesque because me and my brother used to call him Fortesque when we were little, but his name's Fortescue. My bad. Don't get me, Medieval fans.
Get him.
But yeah.
No, but the fact that they asked that in the game, that means in Kratos' world, that's canon. Like he actually did those things.
Yeah.
Which I thought
that
was
is officially
sick.
Canon now. Fuck yeah, dude. That's awesome.
So that's like amazing. Like Kratos in his world, he's fought gods in Norse mythology, in Greek mythology. He's fought music artists. He's fought Mortal Kombat. He's fought Soul Calibur. Like Kratos is the man. Like it doesn't get any better.
Actually.
So
fun fact.
I really thought that was dope when they added it in there.
Yeah. Fun fact, in PlayStation All-Stars, they also had Colonel Raddick from Killzone, which is set like several hundred years in the future, I think. So he's also fought future military commanders as well and seen some just crazy shit that he just doesn't tell people about.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's so the fact that they put that in there,
the lore implications are insane.
All that crossover stuff is real to him. So that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
And that's my crossover spill. What about you, Mr. Lambonius?
Man, you kind of got me distracted with that whole lore revelation right there. 'Cause now I'm thinking I'm going to have to go look up some videos on lore implications of that. But I also had two of them that I wanted to talk about. One of them kind of briefly because I don't really know outside of just the setup how it would work. The games kind of play very similar anyway.
What you got?
One that I want to see, and I know a lot of other people have asked for it, is Uncharted crossed with Tomb Raider.
Okay. Boy, that would be pretty nasty. Yeah, that would be cool. two explorers teaming up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah,
when the Uncharted
cool
games
crossover.
were coming out and really popular, probably around 2 or 3, I was like, man, it would just be really great. I think it was like right after Tomb Raider had got rebooted. It's like, man, it'd be really great to have a crossover game between the two of them. That would be fantastic. And I kind of envision this setup where somebody brings a job to Laura that she needs to go or Lara, if we're being correct. Where she needs to go and track down this specific fabled treasure. Yeah. But she knows that it's going to be hard, and Drake deals with fabled treasure a lot, and she's just very reluctant. She's like, I know a guy that can help, but I really don't want to. And then just ends up having to go and ask Drake for help. I think that'd be really fun. Yeah. Even bring in some of the other Uncharted.
Yeah. Especially if they built it up. Characters. Like, I know somebody. Yeah, if she said I know a guy and she's reluctant, and they show him like from the bottom up, and then it's him, people would freak out. That would be cool. Mm-hmm. That'd be kind of cool. That's a good one.
I'd be all about it because I liked I played the reboot Tomb Raider, and I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I mean, it wasn't as exciting as Uncharted, unfortunately, but it was good. So I'd like to see a more experienced Laura running around with a more experienced Nathan Drake. I think that'd be really interesting.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the other one, and this is one that I don't see many people saying, but to me, it just makes perfect sense. And it's Mortal Kombat versus Killer Instinct. Like,
Killer
in my
Instinct.
Head,
yeah.
That actually makes a lot of sense because Killer Instinct was based off of Mortal Kombat back in the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or it was like a Mortal Kombat clone type thing.
Maybe. I don't really know much about that. I know the characters are based off of
definitely
characters.
They're definitely similar. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're very similar. They both have, a very some of the older Mortal Kombats. I don't know about 11, but they have the combo system in play. Some of the older Mortal Kombats had a combo breaker system. Killer Instinct, very famous for its combo breaker system. They both have fatalities, even if even if the Killer Instinct fatalities aren't as brutal and graphic, they do have fatalities where you kill the other player.
Speaking of brutal, I want to say this 100%. I know that Ultra Combos gave Midway the idea for brutalities. There's no way that you can't tell me that they played Killer Instinct or watched it in action was like, let's make our own Ultra Combos that kill your opponent. And thus brutalities were born.
Before you go on, because I know you would know more, but brutalities were introduced in MK and 3, right?
Ultimate, right? They weren't in regular 3. They were introduced in Ultimate.
Okay, so
they weren't in MK3.
Killer Instinct had been out before Ultimate 3 doing their Ultras?
I'm pretty sure, yes. Okay. Yes, because Ultimate came out on PS1. Killer Instinct came out on Super Nintendo.
Oh, you're right. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
And it makes sense because MK3 came out on
92, 93?
Yeah. And MK3 came out on Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. MK3 did. I think that's what it debuted in on 16-bit, right, Lambo? And then Ultimate. I still think Ultimate came out on the Sega Genesis too. That was just like another variation of it.
Yeah.
Ultimate MK3 came out on the SNES and the Genesis too. But yeah, they definitely added brutality to the game.
Mm-hmm.
What up? What you got? I'm listening.
I was gonna say, I know there was a version of MK3 that was on PlayStation because I had I forget if it was a strategy guide or something, but it had it must have been like a Mortal Kombat 3 strategy guide or something. It had codes for the PlayStation, like how to do the fatalities on the PlayStation version. And I remember reading that page, not knowing what a PlayStation was at the time, and be like, the hell's a PlayStation? Do they mean arcade? Is that what they're talking about? This is arcade controls? What's a PlayStation?
It changed his life. Yeah,
right?
Little did he know.
Hey,
here we are 25 years later.
Really young, when I was really little, and PlayStation came out, 94, 95? Right?
Something like that.
95, I think.
I remember as a little kid, I really thought a PlayStation, because at the time I was 5 or 6 years old. So I thought a PlayStation was like an area you buy and put in your home, and it's like basically like a McDonald's play place, and they call it a PlayStation.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Hell yeah!
I remember being a little kid thinking like, man, I want a PlayStation, thinking like it's actual station with toys in it.
Yeah.
Hey, that's better than what I thought it was. I just thought it was a fucking arcade.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I was too busy. Oh, you're going. I was too busy probably clashing with my brother outside, riding bikes with him. Like, I didn't know what a PlayStation was till like way later. So I didn't catch it when it debuted. I was too busy being obnoxious, with my brothers.
Yeah.
So I didn't catch the PlayStation wave till way, way later.
Oh, so I'm the same here. I don't think I knew about PlayStation till '97 when Final Fantasy VII came out, and my uncle had it, and I went to visit one time.
Y'all gonna say
so?
Yeah, y'all gonna say I'm super late, but I didn't get a PlayStation until 2000.
Oh, I didn't get one then. That's just when I learned what they were.
Oh, okay. I did not get a PlayStation until 2000, and my first game
was PlayStation 2 out then, or it was still PlayStation?
No, 2 didn't come out till what, Lambo? 2000.
I think 2 was 2000, maybe 2001.
Probably 2001. But yeah, I got a PS1 in 2000, and my first game was NFL Blitz, and I loved the hell out of that game. That game was great. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, back to the MK versus KI, like you were saying, the brutalities and the ultra combos, like there are a lot of parallels in the mechanics of those two series, and they just fit perfectly. And I have no doubt that Rare wouldn't really have a problem with their characters getting tore up. Like, they may tell them, hey, dial it back a little bit, but I don't think they would tell them like they did with MK versus DC. Oh, you can't show anything.
Yeah, gotcha. So, BLJ, are you finna trend? Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say they have some fatalities in Killer Instinct where like you're impaling people are getting shot multiple times, people are getting turned into frogs and squashed. Like,
yeah,
they die. I was just going to say in some kind of crazy ways, just not as over the top as Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I was going to say shout out to Orchid for having the best fatality I ever seen, especially being a little obnoxious teenager. She got some special items hidden in her shirt. I won't say what, but they're so perfect that it would cause people to have heart attacks. Or if they were used against female characters, mainly herself, the other Orchid would get mad that she don't have those special items. I won't reveal what those special items are, but you have to use your imagination. But that was one of the most creative fatalities I've ever seen. Especially Saberwolf's reaction. I was like, man,
I don't know about creative, but okay.
Definitely creative.
Yeah, all right.
It's up to your imagination to know what the special items are. The ancient artifact. Laura Croft is probably looking for that relic that she shows you when she opens up her shirt. So very creative fatality there.
Yep.
But yeah, BLJ, I was going to say while we ride
treasure from a lost civilization.
Oh yeah, sacred treasures at that. But I was saying, BLJ, if we
treasure at that.
Oh yeah, we just gonna transition, kind of like parkour. I was gonna throw it to you, and we talked about KI and MK, but you wanted to bring to our attention the mechanics and how MK versus Street Fighter would work if they allowed it to. So, did you want to take the reins and go first?
So, question for you guys. Speaking of crossovers, did you guys play MK versus DC Universe back in the day?
I did not, and I feel like I didn't miss out on anything. Those heroic brutalities were bad, and I'm going to talk about how they could avoid such a letdown in Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter. Now, I will not sit here and be an armchair developer and down talk them because they used what they had and they did what they could. But I feel like that they should have taken out fatalities and heroic brutalities altogether, and they could have let them do an extended combo string, like beat them up and then knock them out with like a strong hit at the end, and the spoiled fan base would just have to understand Mortal Kombat characters are not allowed to kill DC characters, so this is what we get. You got to be grateful that Superman gets to go up against Scorpion. You know what I mean? Or Batman gets to go up against, Kano or something like that. But yeah, I didn't play it, but I remember you telling me you had quite a bit of hours in MK versus DC.
So, fun fact, at one point in time, because I played that game a lot, I actually, on PlayStation, I got up to the leaderboards and I was able to get to number 7 on the PlayStation leaderboards back in the gap.
Fantastic.
So, I'm going to actually put that screenshot on here so you can see the record, because I remember maybe a few years ago, I put that picture on my social media because I was like, man, look at my record back then on this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's legit.
Yeah, but
on a 127 game win streak.
Man, I was killing it back then, man. And the game was fun, but it was so buggy online. It was so laggy, and some of the stuff you could do online, it wasn't even possible with the real game. But because how laggy it would be and how the hit detection would sometimes register really late, it allowed you to do the stupidest combos, the most ridiculous things. You know what I mean?
Golly, I got you.
But anyways, so if there were to be a Street Fighter versus MK, I mean, Toro, you already gave your input, but what about you, Lambo? What do you think could be in that game to make it make sense to where both MK and Street Fighter can coexist and it makes sense?
Okay, so one question before I answer. Are we trying to do one game that is Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat, or are we talking about a situation with Street Fighter Cross Tekken where each developer makes their own version of this crossover game?
Well, I get what you're saying, but the Tekken never came out with a version of the game, so I don't know where this question is.
I get that it didn't come out yet, but
I mean,
the idea.
Technically, I mean, they did have Akuma in their game, so you would see how Street Fighter would play in their game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So would you say just one game then?
Yeah, I'm just talking about just one game. If they just made one game, how would you pick
so I feel like
and before you go,
they could take the fatalities out.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, if they were to make the game, I'm a super Capcom fanboy. I love the way their games play.
No surprise there.
Yeah.
But the how much detail MK, NetherRealm put into their games, I would love to see their take on the Street Fighter characters, like the voice acting, all the different lines, all the different lore, all the different character intros, the X-ray. I would love to see all of that.
So they could kind of combine forces, like let NetherRealm do the voice acting and interaction stuff, and you saying let Capcom let them have the mechanics. Is that what you're saying, or did I swing and miss?
If NetherRealm Studios had the Street Fighter property, I would like to see them do their thing with Street Fighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before
I think he's saying in an ideal world, he wants to see the two versions like they were supposed to have with Street Fighter Cross Tekken, but in this scenario, we're only talking about the one game.
Got you. I was going to say, in my opinion, I feel like that the superior mechanics would go to Capcom. It would feel weird me doing Liu Kang's flying kick with charge backwards and forward and kick like a sonic boom, but I'm with it. It'd be weird throwing Liu Kang's fireballs with a fireball motion, but I'm with it. But I feel like gameplay wise, it would have to play like Street Fighter. Yeah. Not knocking the Mortal Kombat fan base. I feel that Street Fighter's gameplay controls and mechanics, they're a lot smoother, more responsive. I feel like that Street Fighter's gameplay is superior to MK's, the past couple of MK games. Remember, I told y'all last episode, I love MK11. I still do. But that doesn't excuse it from the fact that when I play, it still feels a little stiff. Not as stiff to me, but ever since they went 3D and technically MK9, X and 11, they're not 3D. They just have 3D models, but it still has that stiffness from Deadly Alliance, from Deception, from Armageddon. It's just not as stiff. But Street Fighter, they've always flowed. Yeah, Lambo is showing a good demonstration. But gameplay wise, I would have to go with Street Fighter and Street Fighter commands. And I feel like the MK characters could get warped to the Street Fighter world or vice versa. But there's some type of let's say the Elder Gods are there and they forbid the Mortal Kombat characters from performing lethal, attacks on the Street Fighter characters. That's how they could override.
You stole my idea. You 100% stole my idea. I was like, they could take that's what I was going to say. You could take the fatalities out and have it that the Elder Gods are imposing rules to make the fights fair.
Hey, are y'all listening? Ed Boon, the developers of Capcom. I'm just saying. My bad, man. Yep. I guess I feel like I did deep now.
But no, Lambo, I cut you off to tell you that. What were you going to say, though? Like, so you said the Elder Gods put in a rule.
Yeah, I think that's the way they could do it. Yeah.
Okay.
But I feel like the game would work better if they did the like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite idea of smashing the worlds together to where the realms are kind of merging. And so each property's fighters are trying to stop the merger from happening because it's going to ruin everything and cause a cataclysm of some kind. Like, I feel like that's a good way to take that story, because we already have realm mergers anyway with Shao Kahn trying to merge realms, but now we're trying to prevent a different one with a whole new property. And there's a new set of rules where you could even say there's Elder Gods in the Street Fighter universe that are also wanting to prevent it, but they're forbidden from intervening. And so they impose a different set of rules on street combat.
Gotcha.
There's the name of the game right there, Street Combat.
Yeah. Y'all got me wanting to, contribute more. They still could do the finish him to give an homage to Mortal Kombat. And they're all days. It'd be cool to see a Street Fighter stun. But you could put in a finisher, but the finisher is, like I said, think of it like an X-ray. Think of Ryu doing this crazy combo that you've never seen before, and he ends it with Shin Shoryuken. Like, he throws his fireballs and does like a Tatsu and then finish it with Shin Shoryuken. And it's like a brutality kind of, but, he knocks him up and they fall to the ground. You still see him breathing. And it'll be like a special animation. Or, I have I have to go on with Ken. The Ken has all these flaming kicks and, talking noise or whatever. And the Mortal Kombat side, they'd have to tone it down, but Shao Kahn could still do his brute strength, like the backbreaker or his kicks or the shoulder charge. They could get creative and make it to where the Street Fighters take a beating without, taking fatal damage.
I think, me personally, I think the perfect example of the two games doing like deadly moves without killing each other is actually Jamie's level 3 when he grabs him by the neck.
Yeah.
That actually looks very brutal for a Street Fighter game.
You're right. And I was wondering why they ain't dying. They pop back up like, oh, you good to go? I'm good to go. I thought about that, but that's me nitpicking.
Yeah, so the way that's put into the game, I really feel like they could do a whole bunch of things like that and put like X-rays in. I mean, the Street Fighter now has X-rays, so when Ryu does his Shin Shoryuken, the characters, you can see their skeleton and stuff like that. So it's an X-ray move.
Street Fighter's had X-rays since Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
When they get electrocuted.
I really feel like that's a way that they could incorporate Mortal Kombat doing their deadly moves, just not killing you. Like, kind of like that. You know what I mean?
And the idea that me and Lambo both thought about, anything is possible really with the Elder Gods. Like, the Elder Gods could permit this, forbid that. So, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, that was a good idea, theory crafting there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Before we run, I do want to say that I agree with you.
Oh, what, Lambo?
I was going to say I wanted to agree with you, Tora, before we run, that I think the best way to do it would be with the Street Fighter mechanics. They're more fluid. They're more fun.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that's the way to go.
Do you know how cool it would be? And like I said, I'll get ready to park the
party. It'll be trippy
to
have 6 buttons, though, for a Mortal Kombat character.
Yeah, for sure. But you know how cool it would be if you're building up, like you already build up meter on MK with the newer ones or whatever. But you know how cool it would be if you build up a level 1, level 2, level 3, like Liu Kang.
Dude, tag
level
super?
1 bicycle kick super. Yeah, that too.
Yep.
But his level 3 bicycle kick super, he got the flaming bicycle kick. I'd be losing my mind. Oh, I'd probably lose the game because I'm gonna hold my head because he's doing all these flaming moves and Liu Kang's iconic yells. So I'm with it. Mm-hmm.
And they could bring back his old school anti-air bicycle kick as a Shoryu motion. Make Liu Kang a true Shoto.
Yeah,
I thought Liu Kang had it too.
No, I don't think so.
I thought he had it in one game. Is it only Sonya?
Nah, Sonya.
There goes my dumb monkey brain.
Oh, it's all good. So let me ask y'all this before we close it out. I was doing my little nerd spasm while ago, and my dream matchups on Soul Calibur X Dynasty Warriors. So if you could pick 3, we'll just do 3 apiece. If you could pick 3 dream matchups from MK X Street Fighter that you would want to see, do y'all have a list of what characters you would like to see fight another character? One off top for me. Oh, go ahead. Because, man, I thought y'all was thinking I was going to just start popping off.
I mean, there's plenty of them, but I don't know if I got any.
But the ones you really want to see, I do. The one I absolutely would love to see, and I would probably be sitting there eating popcorn.
And Dan?
But whoa. Dan will get destroyed by Mocap. I don't know why you dissing Mocap. Younger brother will get mad, but Mocap is a legend.
Mocap actually knows what he's doing. He's the master of all styles.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mocap is a beast. But one off the rip I would love to see is Ken versus Johnny Cage. I would have to see the battle of the Flash.
That's a good fight. Yeah. That's a good fight.
Now, before Johnny Cage became a Mediterranean warrior of the gods, like hopefully he wouldn't have that green edge. Like he's always had the green fireballs, but unpopular opinion, it's okay. But I thought that was random that he's a great descendant from some warrior cult and he's bred for battle or something. But if it was old school JC versus Ken, oh yeah, I agree. If it was old school JC, like Trilogy Johnny Cage, I think I've mentioned this before. Trilogy Johnny Cage is like my favorite variation of him. I don't know if we'll be able to find a screenshot of him because all the screenshots are kind of small, but I love the Trilogy version of Johnny Cage. And that version of JC versus Ken, Battle of the Flashy Fighters, I feel like that would be super cool to watch. So that's one of mine that I would like to see. So y'all got any y'all want to contribute? Oh, yeah. What you got?
I want to see Street Fighter 6, specifically Blanca, versus Ferritor. Okay.
Oh, yeah. That'd be cool.
Ferritor was a pretty cool character. It was sad they didn't make it back in 11. Yeah. I actually liked it.
It was a really cool concept, too.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want to see, like,
what you got, BLJ?
Farah and Blanca-chan dolls running around the battlefield.
Oh, yeah. Well, Tor do the heavy lifting.
Man, I really feel like for me, like I said, when Kazuya and Ryu were fighting, like the two made the two head dudes fighting. Well, actually, MK is the main guy Scorpion or Liu Kang? Because Liu Kang's like the main guy in the story, but when it comes to like Zero's like the guy, right?
All right. No.
Scorpion is the poster boy now.
No outbursts. Liu Kang was so great.
Boy, but keep it together.
The main character is Liu Kang. Right. Yeah, the main character is Liu Kang. But Liu Kang was so great at what he does.
On the posters.
Oh, yeah. Liu Kang was so great at what he does. People just start saying that he's boring and blah, blah, blah. And Scorpions Get Over Here is iconic, but so is the bicycle kick. But also, the undisputed warlord of Mortal Kombat, the father, the godfather of Mortal Kombat, favorite character is Scorpion. He actually voiced Scorpions Get Over Here in the first game, Ed Boon. So when they got their NetherRealm Studios, they put Scorpion as the poster boy. But I will say this, Scorpion's design, it speaks out more than Liu Kang doing a cool heroic pose for NetherRealm Studios. And it's called NetherRealm Studios, right? Scorpion is a product of the NetherRealm because he got sent down there. Hanzo did. So it all makes sense. But for your question, Liu Kang is the main character of the story. Unfortunately for me, Scorpion, Master Hisashi, is the poster boy. So sorry for that long lore answer, but I ain't been lore master in a minute, so I figured I'd drop that in there and put y'all up to speed.
Well, I don't know, man. To see Ryu fighting Scorpion or Ryu fighting Liu Kang, like I feel like I would equally have goosebumps, like when Kazuya is fighting.
So it's funny that you say that, and maybe you haven't seen this. Lambo, I bet Lambo done seen it. Have you not seen the concept video from years ago, Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter, and it's Ryu versus Scorpion? Have you not seen that?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, I'm going to learn you up. You're going to watch that and be like, man, it's hard. So hold on to your seat. Yeah. I'll show it to you later. But I guess I'm going to name off my second one.
I got my second one ready whenever you're done.
Okay. This is going to sound another defaulty, but I feel like this would be cool. I would like to see Lieutenant Sonya Blade versus Chun-Li. I would have to see these two in action. Sonya's army, Chun-Li is an Interpol agent. I feel like it would be, for one, it's a cat fight. Two, they're both beautiful characters. And I would love to see Chun-Li's lightning kicks versus Sonya's, inverted bicycle kick and her leg grab, and Kikoken, see how it fares against Sonya's purple energy blast. So all that would be great. And I'm feeling
like that fight's kind of one-sided.
You think so?
Yeah, I feel like Chun-Li wins that fight pretty easily.
Because of her martial arts expertise. But Sonya has grit.
I feel like she's just a better fighter all around. She does. I'm not saying she's a bad fighter. I just feel like Chun-Li is a better fighter. I feel like
it would be close, especially BLJ, you remember Sonya's moveset from 11? Where she does a little elbow in the knee and she does all that close combat stuff. I don't know if Chun-Li would take it easy. I think it would be a close fight. I don't know who would win this one. So
yeah,
I feel like
it'd be interesting to see one way or the other.
More of each character, I think Chun-Li actually smashes Sonya, but like gameplay wise, if you just somebody that knows nothing about them and you're watching them, I feel like it'd be a cool matchup to see. But if you know the two characters, I feel like Chun-Li will give Sonya the beats. The beats!
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's because Chun-Li is more of a defensive character anyway. But then again, Sonya's got a couple command grabs that may kind of throw that defensive option out of the window.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, Chun-Li, she has like some of the strongest legs on a woman, like in video game in history. But at the same time, Sonya, she has fatalities where she literally splits people's bodies in half with just her legs. So
that's what I'm saying. I won't count Sonya out. My last matchup is going to be a doozy, but we're going to continue. We're going to continue. We're going to rotate it. Instead of me saying my last one, I'm going to go ahead. Go ahead, Lambo. You got another one?
Man, I'm going to take a defaulty one too, but I really want to see this fight. Shao Kahn versus M. Bison / Dictator.
So, again, just like I told BLJ, if you go to death battles, they already had that fight.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I know how it ends.
Got you.
I agree with their assessment. I just want to see it with people controlling the fighters.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to see a statistical analysis of it. I want to see gameplay and see how they match up.
I don't go by those either, but you're right. I agree. I think my last one is going to be badass, but I'm going to wait till BLJ brings it up. You up next. What's your next matchup?
My next matchup, so I would really love to see Viper fight. What's the one we were just talking about? Sonya.
You like to see Viper and Sonya? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that I think would be a more interesting matchup.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a really good one.
Pretty good match. I don't know, man. It's a lot of I don't know, man. Like all the ninjas, Ermac, Sub-Zero, all of them. I just want to see them fight everybody in the Street universe.
Everybody, huh? I got one for y'all. Yeah. So I want to say Kentaro because
BLJ
he's
just
the tiger.
gave me my third one.
Yeah, I want to say Kentaro because he's the tiger striped Shokan, but I know
where you're going, and you 100% should say Kentaro.
Yeah. Kentaro versus Sagat. I feel like that would be a beast ass matchup. They both throw fireballs.
Yep.
Sagat will continuously wants to, test his limits, and he's fighting against the Shokan, half human, half dragon opponent, and he's Tiger Stripe, essence of the tiger. And how cool would it be if Sagat triumphed over Kentaro, which is probably possible because Kentaro is nothing more than a jobber now, and it's sickening. Just like Goro got bodied in the movie by some washed up MMA fighter, but I'm not even going to open that can of worms. And that movie getting
he was a jobber in MK9 anyway.
Yeah, congrats to them. Yeah, they were. So, but that would be a cool matchup. That'll round out my matchup. But
it would be
Sagat hit Kentaro with a tiger uppercut, and he reflects and holds on his chest with the scar. That would be cool. Like, that's what I'm saying. They don't have to eliminate, this game saying it wouldn't work. It would work as long as people understand that the MK combatants are forbidden to kill. Like, so what? They don't do fatalities. Enjoy the fact that they get to go up head to head with the legendary Street Fighter characters. That would be really cool. But yeah, that's my final pick.
What about you, Lambo? You said
my
I gave
last
you an
one.
idea.
Yep. My last one, just because I'm dumb and I think it would be fun to see it happen. I want to see Ermac fight Sean.
Oh man, that would be over fast.
I want Sean to win. That's the fun part. I want to see Sean dunking on Ermac. Like, I feel like Ermac would just be
basketball
so
boy
annoyed.
versus
yes. Yeah.
That's what I feel
like Ermac
basketball
would be so
boy
annoyed.
versus warrior with 10,000 souls. I don't know. That'll be rough.
I feel like Ermac would just get so annoyed with getting hit in the face with a basketball every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
That's why I want to see that fight. I want to see Ermac get annoyed. As much as I love Ermac as a character and I have fun playing him, I want to see Sean just annoy the shit out of him.
Gotcha.
I'll say one thing I wouldn't like to see in the game is Capcom doing MK's DLC costumes. They're going to put them in some BS.
Yeah, I got you.
They're going to have me wanting to delete the game, probably.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work. Yeah, for sure.
Hey, so before we get out of here, what's the least matchup you'd like to see? Like, what two you just
Fei
like?
Long and Liu Kang.
That's a good one. I won't even say you're wrong for that. That is a good one. The least matchup I would like to see on Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter. That is a great question. What's a cliche matchup? Something uninteresting. BLJ, you go. Let me think on this one.
I don't know, man. Maybe let's just say it was a tag game. I would hate to see Meat and Su Hao versus Dan and Remy.
Man,
Remy?
You just gave
why Remy?
I was finna say you bringing in
Cookie Butter.
Yeah.
Bro,
Remy
12 is
okay.
worse than Remy. What are you talking about?
I was just going to bring him up. I was going to say my worst matchup would be 12 versus anybody. I do not like 12.
12 versus me.
Unpopular opinion. Y'all might not like me, but y'all might not like my opinion, but I wasn't a big fan of the roster on Third Strike. I know Third Strike is like the holy grail to people because of the Daigo moment, but unpopular opinion, Third Strike would not have been as popular, and it would have not have been relevant that long had that moment not have happened. I'm not saying that moment is overhyped. It is a godlike moment, like freakish timing. It was the grand stage, but if that moment had not happened, Street Fighter 4 may not have even existed because that's what drove them to create Street Fighter 4. There's still some hype with this game. Let's go, Justin. If he would have did that super and Daigo mistimed that and he got bodied, it would have been a time paradox. Like Street Fighter 4 might not have ever existed. So props up to the ambassador, Daigo, to keeping Street Fighter alive. But I don't really like the characters in Third Strike. Like the brothers, Yoon and Yang, don't really like them too much. I like Jamie, though. Their student, Jamie's kind of cool, but those two, not so much. Necro, the Blanca / Dalzine mixture, not so much. But I ain't gonna go on a rant about that. But basically, my pick would be 12 versus anybody. I don't think anybody needs to fight 12. They'd be disappointed.
What about Kimberly versus Jackie?
Who?
You know, Jackie Briggs.
Oh, Jackie. I didn't hear you. That Kimberly would be cool. I would rather see Kimberly go up against one of the female ninjas like Jade. I feel like Jade could teach her some things.
When you said Fei Long and Liu Kang, like Kimberly and Jackie, like, you know.
Got you. Oh, we still on the lease things. No, I was saying that Jade.
I just brought that up.
Yeah, Jade. I feel like that'd be a cool matchup because for one, I like Jade. And I feel like Jade will see potential in Kimberly and show us some things. That would be cool.
Mm-hmm. Very similar to Ermac versus Sean. I think seeing Kimberly fight Melina would be really funny.
Yeah.
You know, I think one hype matchup, like if someone were to ever make like an animation, like not even like an actual game, because I know we're talking about a game, but like if Sagat fought Liu Kang, I feel like that would be a dope matchup between those two.
Sure would be. And I'd be sitting there watching it.
It's so like, also when I say uneven, I don't mean like in fighting levels. I'm just talking about like, Sagat's literally like 7'5".
Yeah.
Liu Kang, I'm assuming he's like 5'10", maybe 6 foot or something.
I think he's 5'10". I think Liu Kang's 5'10".
And that's what Ryu is. I think Ryu is like 5'8" or something like that.
Yeah, Ryu is short. Yeah. About 5'8".
Yeah. I think that'd be a pretty sick
matchup. Ryu's 5'8", nothing but muscle, and somehow only 180 pounds.
Yeah.
I know, man.
I'm not going to say the homie's short because hell, I'm about 5'8", 5'9". He's the perfect height. I take that back. He's not short. He's perfect height. That's why he's supposed to be. I got it right. Mm-hmm. Can't be dissing myself. But yeah, that's legit though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But shoot, I guess we'll
it would be an interesting game for sure.
Out. Oh yeah, it would be.
One last thing before we.
One more thing.
One more thing. One thing before
he stole it from you.
Yeah. Nah, you can have it.
Last thing, man. So, I'm pretty sure. Well, I know Toro is. I'm pretty sure Lambo is, but all of us are pretty huge fans of the Power Rangers. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So I feel like we can't finish this episode without wishing, saying rest in peace to our guy.
Jason, the homie.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunate turn of events.
Yeah.
I don't think they can see it back there. They might be able to see it. He actually peeking back there. You know, your artwork you gave me. You actually see Billy, Trini, and Tommy back there on my wall. So yeah, for sure, definitely, iconic childhood hero. I won't say everybody, but nearly everybody wanted to be Tommy in Power Rangers. So yeah, I agree.
Let me give a little brief because I'm getting goosebumps now just thinking about it, man. So I remember when I was just a wee lad, you know.
Yeah.
And when I used to get off the school bus when I was, 6, 7 years old, I'd come off the school bus and go straight into the house and turn on the TV, and Power Rangers would always be coming on right as I got in the house, right? And I remember watching Power Rangers every day after school. What grade are you in when you like 7 years old? What are you like, second grade, first grade, or something?
Second or third? Yeah, about second, I think.
Second.
Yeah, so I remember watching them heavily, man. And I remember when the Green Ranger made his first appearance, man. Like your boy was super juiced up. When the Green
there you go
Ranger
again,
out, man. I was like, man, who is this guy? And he came out with the flute. Da, 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 da. Boy, that was so sick, man.
It was hard.
And even to this day, man, like whenever Halloween comes around and I see, because there's always somebody who dresses up as a Power Ranger, but Jason Frank, he was the Green Ranger and the White Ranger. So
and the Red Ranger and the Black Ranger.
The list goes on.
But whenever I see somebody dress up as Halloween as the Green Ranger or the White Ranger, it always gives me like super hype. Like you can dress up as the red or the blue or the black one, but the green or the white one, that really just, I'm like, what? Like you dressed up as what? You know? And I always ask these people to take a picture with them or whatever, you know, because I I've always thought that particular costume, like the green and the white Ranger, just so sick. You know,
I always stuck with green. I was that little sour kid, man. Once he lost his powers and came back as the White Ranger,
what? You liked a bad guy?
I was never. He was bad guy turned good. He was a badass. He threw all of them out the Megazord. We're not gonna turn this into a Power Ranger episode, but he jumped in there and threw all their ass out.
Yeah.
And here's
you
my
think
little
I'm
piece
playing?
Of lore. Oh yeah. Here's my little piece of lore before we close it out. And it's kind of cool, you know, you mentioned this, BLJ, but I will always think that the Green Ranger is the more of a badass because this, you know, that stuff give you goosebumps. You know, when I first found this out, it gave me goosebumps, and a lot of people didn't. We're kids; they don't take this and keep it registered. But Rita Repulsa, you know, that OG, she was a Power Ranger with Zordon. The Dragon Zord was hers. That's her Zord, and she gave it to him. So there's this teenager that's running rampant in Angel Grove, whooping these fools, and his Empress, Rita, trusted her Zord to him that's been asleep. And that mug wakes up, and he's the new owner of the Dragon Zord. So imagine Rita, I'm sure in her prime, you know, she was pretty hot. She running around in the Green Ranger costume, you know, jump kicking people or whatever she was doing before her and Zordon them split, because she betrayed them and killed the other Rangers. But I'm not going to go into Power Ranger lore. Correct me if I'm wrong, if it's anybody out there listening and y'all deep in the lore more than me. But that's what I was told or whatever. But I just think that's cool that was her power coin. For sure. I'm going to leave it at that.
But rest in peace to my guy, man. That was some sad news again. So
for sure.
You know, prayer condolences to his
definitely put a damper on the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But other than that, though, anybody else got anything else with this crossover news?
And I think that's about it, man. You ain't noticed, but we already quit moving, man. We already in the parking spot, bro. We're gonna crank the keys off and go on about our business until the next episode. Like I always do, it's been an honor. I appreciate y'all listening to us ramble. 22nd episode, you know, we still here. We still fighting it off. Thank y'all for y'all's feedback. We are not no AAA studio, so thank you for, you know, dealing with our issues, the delays, stuff like that means a lot to us. And thanks for your feedback in the comments. Looking forward to doing the next episode. So I'm going to leave it to my two co-hosts, my homies, and we're going to leave it at that.
Well, like I said earlier,
you go, Lambo.
Like I said earlier, by the time this episode comes out, it'll be Black Friday. So, hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving to all our American fans, and to everybody else out there, hope you had a great week. If you are going out or if you did go out for some Black Friday stuff, hopefully you stayed safe and everybody got home in one piece. As always, like, subscribe, comment, let us know if you picked up any good Black Friday sales. Let us know your dream matchups and why. And I'm going to let you take it away. Take us home, BLJ.
Yeah, if you guys are going out Black Friday shopping, just be safe out there. I don't know how many people still physically go out versus, doing it online. But if you're going out, be safe. And with the crossover topic, anybody got any crazy crossover ideas that y'all had? Let us know down in the comments. The Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter is definitely one that's high on my radar that I don't know if will ever happen. But if it does, your boy will be super juiced up, let me tell you. But until next time, thank you for playing this podcast and thank you for playing video games.
All right. Y'all take it easy. Catch y'all later.
Let's go play some Battle for the Grid.
Yes!
Maybe it's a new